Okay, good evening all. I want to warmly welcome you all to this evening's class, which is our week 3, day 1, 8 weeks hybrid workshop. Today's topic is going to be on referencing using Endnote software and how to design a conceptual framework for research. And that will be delivered by no other person but our facilitator, who is also happens to be our teacher and mentor, in person of Dr. Malemi Muhammad Bello. This evening's class is going to be a practical-based class, and I want you all to join me in welcoming him. Good evening, sir. Good evening. You are welcome, sir. Maybe he is still having issues with his network. Let's kindly exercise patience as he joins us fully for the lectures. Thank you. My name is my name is Alpha Mohammed, and I'm going to be the moderator for this evening's class. Thank you for joining all.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
Yes.
You are welcome, sir.
Thank you. You are all welcome to this this week's lecture, which is going to be on referencing using Endnote, and then we'll look at how to write or how to design a conceptual framework. So, in our previous lecture, we have not completed. I don't know, are we completing the last one, or we should just continue with the present one?
Okay, sir. If we can continue the last lecture, since it's not probably still not much, so that we can now delve into this today's lecture proper, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, let's continue with the previous one, because we started on how to write a research proposal. So let me share my screen. Yeah, good evening once again. So in our last lecture, we started discussing on how to write a research proposal, but we just discussed some part of it, and we have not completed. We finished discussion of the components. Out of the component, we discussed title, summary or abstract, and then introduction. We are now on literature review. So on literature review, that is where we stopped last one. Let's continue briefly so that we now continue with our today's one. So how to write a literature review in a research proposal. This is done to find to find out the past research conducted on the subject. It helps identify what was done in the past and the knowledge gap on a particular subject. To help frame your literature review, here are the 5 C's of writing literature review. 1, cite. 2, compare. 3, contrast. 4, critique the literature. And then 5, connect the literature to your own area of research and investigations. So let me explain this things. Most of our literature reviews that we do in our researches, most of them are not literature review. Most of them are only review of our topics, not literature review. Because you will see a literature review written, maybe if your work is on TB, if you now come for literature review, you start writing everything on TB. What is TB? What are the causes of TB? What are the organisms associated with it? Or then what are the investigations? What are the presentations of TB investigation, treatment, and many other things about TB? So writing that is not writing literature review. If you want to write a literature review, this refers to reviewing literature from the previous researches that have done that were done in the area that you want to do your own work. That is, you review the literature, you now find out what are the literatures, what are the studies that were done under this my work, according to your specific objectives. So you review your literature according to specific objectives. Number 1, for example, if you have 3 objectives, so the best thing is to have 3 subheadings for literature review. If you have 4 objectives, you should have 4 subheadings for literature review, apart from other ones that can enter. Maybe the review of main topic, maybe the conceptual framework. Apart from that, the main work, the main content of the literature review will depend on these 3 things, on your objectives. So first of all, let's start with the outline. How do you take the outline of your specific objective, or how do you go on to write the outline of your literature review? Number 1, the first outline, maybe the first heading of the literature review, you say chapter 2 literature review. Then 2.1, you can start with overview, general overview of the main topic. For example, if you are working on the disease TB, you now make a review on TB, overview of TB. Or if you are working on waste management, you can now have an overview of waste management. So this overview is only 2.1 in your heading. All the content, whatever you want to put in about the general subject of your work, you put it under overview of that topic. So when we finish with overview, the next heading is what? 2.2. Your 2.2 will be your first specific objective. For example, if you are specific, you have 3 specific objectives. For example, objective number 1, you want to find the knowledge, you want to assess the knowledge of malaria among pregnant women in UDUTH. Number 2, you want to know the attitude of pregnant women towards malaria problem or malaria disease. Number 3, you want to see, or you want to assess the practice of pregnant women about malaria disease. So you see, you have 3 objectives. So in writing your literature review or the headlines of your literature review, we said number one, you discuss the overview of the main subject, which is malaria here, malaria and pregnancy. So now you have 2.1 overview, general overview of malaria and pregnancy. So whatever you want to write about malaria and pregnancy, you write it under 2.1. Then 2.2, your 2.2 will be knowledge of pregnant women about malaria, or knowledge of malaria among pregnant women, because that is your first objective. So your next heading will be knowledge of malaria among pregnant women. Then third, or 2.3, third subheading will be attitude of pregnant women towards malaria disease. Then another one will be practice of pregnant women towards malaria or towards treatment of malaria. So you see, you have 4 subheadings. So what are the content of this subheading? Let us discuss about it. What do you put in the under each subheading? So subheading number 1, we said the overview, the general overview of the principal subject, or the subject of the research. Here, the principal overview of the general overview of malaria in pregnancy. So whatever you want to put under malaria in pregnancy, write it here. For example, the causes of malaria in pregnancy, the risk, who are the subject at risk, what are the risks of malaria in pregnancy, what are the presentations, what are the signs and symptoms, what are the investigations, various investigations that you can do, what are the treatment options for this, what are the prevention and control for this. Whatever you want to write about malaria in pregnancy, about the main subject, write it under 2.1. That is the content of that subheading. Then the next subheading, which is your first specific objective, what is the content? What are you going to write under that? You are going to first identify all the literatures, all the published literature that were done that reported a result on the knowledge of pregnant women about malaria in pregnancy. So whatever article that you can find on the internet that has reported this subject, you can now search it and then find out their results. When you find out their result is the information that you require to put under this. For example, let's say you have found 10 studies that have reported on the knowledge of malaria in pregnancy in previous study. Study number 1, let's say it is Ibrahim et al. Study that was conducted in Kaduna. Study number 2, let's say it is John et al. That was conducted in Enugu. Then study number 3 maybe is Emmanuel et al. Conducted in Ghana. Another study, you find Hashim et al. Conducted in Iraq or Iran. So you see, now you extract their results about knowledge of pregnant women on malaria in pregnancy. So what Ibrahim et al. Reported about that, what John et al. Reported, what Emmanuel et al. Reported, what Hashim et al. Reported, you now all put their results under this. For example, you can say a study conducted in Lagos or in Enugu by John et al., who studied the knowledge, attitude, and practice of malaria in pregnancy among pregnant women, reported that pregnant women had poor knowledge concerning malaria in pregnancy, because, by which only 20% of them had good knowledge. So you see, this is the report of Enugu, John et al. That you have reported here. You can now say, however, Emmanuel et al. That studied in Ghana reported a different result, which said pregnant women had a good or fair knowledge about malaria in pregnancy, whereby about more than 50% of them had good knowledge and only 30% or only 20% had poor knowledge. So you see, you can also similarly, a study done in America by so person et al. Reported that malaria in pregnancy, the knowledge of malaria pregnancy was either good or poor. So you now discuss you now report all the articles, all the available articles you have that reported on knowledge of malaria in pregnancy. So that is what you start writing. That's what you will be writing here. When you finish with them, you can now critique all this literature that you have put. Okay, for example, you can say the poor knowledge that was found in Enugu, that was found in the study done in Enugu, was because of this, and that. However, they have not used this, they have used this, and that, which is not supposed to be done. Maybe that was the reason they got very low knowledge among the pregnant women. But however, if this study is your study, that means now you are now putting your own study, how your study will now fill the gap. So now you can say, now, however, if the current study is conducted, it will fill that gap by this, and that. So you see, you are reporting the literature, you are discussing, comparing and contrasting of the available literature that you have reported, you are bringing out their gaps, and you are now relating your study into how it will fill these gaps that you have reported from these several studies that you have reviewed. So this is what you will be putting under each of your specific objectives, under each of your subheadings for the specific objectives. So this is how to write a literature review, a good literature review. So when you finish this, you will have knowledge of the study, of all the studies that were done around the world about this your work. So even after your study, whatever you get, it will be very easy for you to discuss your topics, because you have already known from the literature review, you have already known the results gotten from several studies around the world that you can compare with your own study and contrast. So this is how to write a good literature review in summary. So that is why we say, to help, there are 5 C's. Number 1, we say cite. Keep the primary focus on the literature, pertinent to your research problem. So that is why we said you have to organize it according to your objectives, according to the objective that you want to do. You should not be discussing what is not in your specific objective. That one is rubbish. Discussing something that is outside your specific objective, because you are not going to use it anywhere. So why are you discussing it in your literature review? No, whatever is not in your specific objective, leave it. Just focus on your objective. Then compare. We said compare the various arguments, that is methodologies, theories, and findings of the previous studies that you have reported, so that you bring out their gaps. You can bring, because if you now compare and contrast everything about their methodologies, their findings, their literatures, the literature they have done, the study populations they have used, whatever you now compare and contrast, you can now bring about their gaps and now cite or write how your study will be able to fill out these gaps. So this in summary, this is how to write literature review. So steps of writing literature review, all these ones are just writing, but the main thing is what I have explained. Just have your own outline. As I have stated, the outline we said you start with 2.1, which is a general overview of your work, of the main topic. Then 2.2, your first specific objective. 2.3, your second specific objective. 2.4, your third specific objective. 2.5, your fourth specific objective. Then after that, the next thing is 2.6, which is a conceptual framework, your conceptual framework. So this is how to write a conceptual framework. So this one can be let's say practical, because this is part of our today's lecture, how to design a conceptual framework. So before we go on to know how to design it, what is conceptual framework? Conceptual framework is also known as a research or theoretical frameworks. But in some cases, theoretical framework is different from conceptual framework. Theoretical framework is a framework that you use a theory. Which theory are you using in order to conduct your own research? There are many theories that you can use in conducting research. So here you can now cite the particular theory that you want to follow in order to write your own research. Then after that, you now make a diagram. So a conceptual framework is a diagram of proposed causal linkages among a set of concepts believed to be related to a particular public health problem. So you have the main problem of your of the study for your study. So what are the linkages or causal problems that are linked to this your main outcome or problem? So you have to now construct a diagram linking this your causal factors to the main outcome and the main output of the research. So this diagram is called conceptual framework. When building conceptual framework, start with the end point, that is dependent variable or outcome or target point for intervention. Identify potential correlates based on empirical or theoretical evidence. Then show antecedent or mediating variables by proximity to dependent variables. The purpose is to clarify assumptions about causal relationship and to show okay, the purpose of this conceptual framework is to clarify assumptions about causal relationships and to show how program components will operate in order to influence an outcome. So this is the example of a conceptual framework. You see, this is a conceptual framework for a study that was conducted to know the effect of training intervention, or that was conducted to know the knowledge and practice, knowledge and practice of tuberculosis infection prevention and control. So this is the conceptual framework for the study. Here, you see above on the top, we have socio-demographic factors and we have other factors. So these socio-demographic factors are the independent variables. With the other factors, they are independent variables that can affect the practice. They can affect both knowledge and practice of what? Of infection prevention and control practices. While knowledge can also affect practice again. So here you see it is showing how these factors are interlinking, in order to change or to affect the outcome, which is what? Which is TB burden among healthcare workers. TB burden among healthcare workers is the main outcome. So you see how different factors interact or interact in order to what? In order to change or to affect the outcome of interest. You see socio-demographic factors here can affect the knowledge, and they can also affect the practice directly here. Other factors can also affect the knowledge. You see the arrow to the knowledge. They can also affect the practice. You see arrow to the practice. Training intervention. Receiving training intervention by the healthcare workers can also affect their knowledge. You see arrow from training intervention to the knowledge, and then you see arrow from training intervention to the practice. So people, healthcare workers that receive training about TB, they can, and those that receive training about to improve their knowledge about TB practice, they can be affected by it. So that is why you see arrow going from training intervention going to the knowledge, from training intervention also going to the practice. You see arrow from social demographic factors going to the knowledge, and also arrow going to the practice. You see other factors like job cadre, TB training, working experience, organization of health facilities. They have also, they can affect knowledge. You see their arrow going to the knowledge, and also the arrow going to the practice. So now, having TB IPC practice. So at this point, we are in TB IPC practice. So at this point, the practice, because of the effect of these factors that we have seen that if this IPC practice can be affected by TB training, it can be affected by social demographic factors, it can be affected by other factors, it can also be affected by knowledge of TB itself, TB IPC itself. So now, this one, TB IPC practice, when affected by these factors, it can be either appropriate practice or inappropriate practice. So, for example, how good knowledge can affect this. If you have good knowledge, it can make you to have appropriate practice. Poor knowledge can make you to have inappropriate practice. While how training intervention affects the practice. If you have training, you can have appropriate practice. If you don't have the training, you can have inappropriate practice. The same thing, socio-economic, socio-demographic characteristics, maybe age, lower, younger age, maybe, or older age. Anything, some of them can affect the practice. So you see, you can have either appropriate practice or inappropriate practice. So now for appropriate practice, this appropriate practice can lead to what? A reduction in TB transmission among healthcare workers, because now you are appropriately practicing TB infection control, infection prevention and control practice. You are now appropriately practicing it. Because of that, it will reduce transmission, TB transmission, to those people that are appropriately practicing it. While on the other hand, appropriate practice can lead to increase in TB transmission among healthcare workers. So it means healthcare workers that are not appropriately practicing TB IPC will have increased transmission, increased risk of TB transmission. So at the end of the day, the outcome, what will be the outcome? The outcome for the appropriate practice will be decrease in TB burden among healthcare workers, while the outcome for the inappropriate practice is what? Increase in the TB burden among healthcare workers. So that is conceptual framework. So how do you design all this diagram in your work or in your Word document? So this is what we will discuss now. Let me go back to my screen so that we go to the Word document. Sorry, I want to reshare so that we go to the Word document and practice it direct.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, are you seeing this this Word document?
Clearly, sir.
Okay. So let's say this is my document, my work. I want to now design a conceptual framework. So the first thing, you have to make a rough design on a paper so that you follow it. You follow the design that you want to do from your rough work to make it on in your computer. So when you open your Word, your document, you now click on insert. So you see insert. When you click on insert, you now go to shapes here, shapes. You now click here. You see different shapes that you can insert. So you can now select any shape that you think you want. Any shape, either a square shape or a rectangular shape, whatever type of shape that you want, you now select it from here. So let me select
Excuse
this
me,
one.
sir.
Yes.
The slide is not moving. I don't know whether from my end only, but it's not moving,
It's not
sir.
moving. Are you not
Yes,
seeing it?
we can see we can see your screen.
Yes.
Okay.
But you cannot see the my working distance.
The cursor is moving now. It's moving now, sir.
Okay, have you seen the box that is here now? I have attached a box in
Okay,
my
sir. Maybe
screen.
you need to
Not really,
share
but
screen instead of sharing the Microsoft Word. If you share
Okay.
screen, in case you move away from the window, it can be seen.
Okay, I share screen.
Yes, when you are sharing, just click entire screen.
Okay.
So even if you open another page, it will now be showing us your background and other things in your computer.
Okay, so okay. Are you seeing it now?
Yes, sir.
So you have
yes,
seen a
we
blue
can see it
box.
now.
Okay, so let me remove it and go back again.
Okay, sir.
Now, this is my document. I want to insert my conceptual framework here. So the first thing, you now go to insert. Click on insert. When you click on insert, you see different things that you can insert. So you see shapes here. Shapes. Click on shapes. This is what you will see. You see different shapes that you can insert. So now you select any shape that you think you are okay with. So here I will select this shape, and I will bring it here. So when you bring your shape, the shape that you want, you can change the color, the whatever the outline, the color of the shape as you want. So once your shape is here, you see, if you look above, you see shape fill, shape outline, shape effect. So you can change shape fill, that is the color that is in the shape. You can change it to any color. You see now I have changed it to this color. I can also change it to any color that I want. I can change it to this now. I can also change it to green. And if you don't need any color, you can also change it to no color. You can say no fill at all. When you say no fill, then there is no color. It means there is no color on it. It is like this. So you can change it the way you want. So now, when you put the box, you now write what you want to write there. For example, I said inside you write, for example, let's say sociodemographics. I say sociodemographic factors. So the you can change the spacing, the line spacing, whatever you want, you can change the line spacing and whatever you think you want to change. So you can make any change here so that your write-up will be seen the way you want it to be seen. So when you put it, the next thing is what? Is to now take an arrow. Take an arrow that you want it, you want this arrow to go to this place or to any other place. So you go back to insert again, shapes, still go to shapes. You see different types of arrows. There is arrow with one direction. There are arrows with two directions. So anyone that you want, there is arrow that doesn't have any direction. So anyone you want, you now pick it. Let me pick this arrow with one direction. I'll now pick it and bring it here. So you see, you can now move it anywhere you want. You can move it in different directions so that you give it, you show how you want it to go or where you want it to go. You can also move it, take it up or down the way you want it. You see? So here, let me increase the thickness of this arrow. You can click on it. Once you click on it, you see shape outline, shape effects. You see here, these arrows, there are different shapes or different styles of shapes. You can click on it here. You see them, you see the color, any color that you want, and the thickness, the type, the one with the thickness, you can select any one. You see, I have selected a thick black one. So you see, then when you finish, you now go back and take another one, another shape that you want. Maybe you want another shape. You now bring it to the other side. You now take it maybe like this. You can expand the shape any side of your choice. You can then arrow again. You can copy this arrow. Let me copy and then paste. You now take it from there and now bring it here. So that is how you will be picking, just using this insert and your copy. You can copy and paste also. Once you take a shape, you can copy it and put it any other place that you want again. So that is how to, when you do this, you can now design any shape that you want with this. I think this is the brief. This is briefly how you can design a conceptual framework using your own design. So I think this one is okay for us. If you go there, you will be designing anything that you want, different things. Even this, something that is more than a conceptual framework, you can design using this insert aspect. So I hope we are okay with this.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so let's continue with the referencing now. So the next thing on referencing on the today's lecture is referencing, how to reference or how to put your references in the Endnote and cite it in your work. So in this case, I hope most of us, we have Endnote installed, because it's very good if you have it and immediately after the lecture you can go and practice. So if we don't have it, I advise that you insert or you install it as quickly as possible so that you have time to to go through it and practice. So the first thing is to install your Endnote. When you install the Endnote, you now let me enter into my Endnote now. I click on it on the Endnote. I have Endnote 7 here. So I click on it. I'm waiting for it to open now so that we go through it. So you see, are you seeing?
Yes, sir. We can screen, sir.
Okay. So this, I don't need this box that come up. So I close it. Okay, when you want to close, it will say you have not yet created out your default library. Will you like to create a new library before continue? So before you continue, you have to create a new library. So this is the first thing you will do. You will create a new library, because you cannot work on Endnote without having your library, Endnote library. So you will now say, yes, I will say, yes, I want to create my new library. So this is the box that will pop up. You see, file name is my Endnote library. So my Endnote library is the file name here. So where are you going to put it? You now see, look at the place in your computer, in your system that you want to put it. Let me select desktop. I want to put it, that is the folder. I want to put my folder on desktop. So on the desktop, you have to also create a new folder so that this your Endnote library will get into that new folder. So I will call I'll now open a new folder on my desktop. This is a new folder. So I will name it Endnote folder. I will say Endnote folder. So this is the new folder. This is the folder I created on my desktop, and that is where I want my library to be, my Endnote library to be. So when you open the new folder that you have created, so now you are free to write the name of your library the way you want it. You can leave it here, because here it say automatically it will write my Endnote library. If you want, you can change it to maybe to write you can say my part 2 Endnote, or my part 2 library, or my part 2 work, depending on what you want. You can say even my part 2 work. So let me just name it like that. My part 2 work. My part 2 work. So that is the name of my Endnote folder, my part 2 work. Once you write the name of the name you want, then you save. Click on save. And now click on save. Once you click on save, it will now open the new library for you. So let's wait for it to open our new library, which will be empty. So you see, this is the Endnote library that is open for us, and if you look at it, it is an empty library. There is no any references inside it. There is no any reference inside it. and you cannot cite your reference until you bring all the articles that you want to cite in your library. So all the articles that you want to cite in your work, before you cite them in your work, you have to put them in your library, in your Endnote library. That is in this place that you are seeing now. So now, let me say I have a book in my bag. I have a book that I want to reference. So I have to bring it in this library first before I cite it in my work. So how can I write my book? How can I put my book in this library? So this is how you will do it. If you have any article or any document that is hard copy that you want to insert it manually, this is what you will do. So we will do I will show you how to do it manually, and then I will show you how to insert or how to transfer the articles from the internet into your library. So let's start with what? Let's start with the manual work. So this is how to insert it manually. First, you now click on references. You see at the top of this your library, you see file, edit, references, groups, tools, Windows, help. So click on references. When you click on references, this is what you will see. Once you see this, click on new reference. New reference. When you click on new reference, this is what you will see. So you see, the first thing that before you start writing, the first thing you look at, you see here, reference type. That is type of reference. Is it a book you want to reference now, or a journal article, or an organizational document, or any other thing? What is the type of document that you want to reference? So here you see on is journal article is already there. So maybe we want to insert a book now, not journal article. So click on this arrow. When you click on it, you will see different types of references that you can insert. So look, check for the book, because you want to insert book. So check for book. You see book here. You click on it. So you have now changed your reference type to book. So book now is the one that you want to insert. So how do you insert it? You see the fields that you want, that you are going to fill. So the first one is what? Author. Who is the author of the book? Write the author there. How do you write the author? If you are writing the author, the surname is written first. Then you write comma, then initials of the initial of other names. For example, if the author is Malami Muhammad Bello, so you are writing this author, the name should be Bello, comma, MM. That is, Bello is the surname, then MM are the initial, is the initial of other names. So that is how you write author. So here I'll write Bello, comma, then MM. This is my author. If I have more than one author, so each author should be written on different line, on one line, separate line. So for example, now I have written the first author. If I want to add another author, I'll just press enter on my computer. Enter. It will take me down. It will take me down so that I will write another author. So let's say my next author is Ibrahim Ahmad. So Ahmad will be the surname, Ahmad, comma, Ibrahim, which is II. So that is my second auto. If I have a third auto, I will now press enter. So that each auto will be on a single line. If you write more than one auto on the same line, it will recognize it as only one auto. It will recognize that name. Even if you have written 10 names, it will be, all the names will be recognized as one auto. But if you write them if each one is on a single line, it will recognize them as all of them as autos, different autos. So that is how you write the name of autos. So the next one is what? Is year of publication for the book. Let's say the year of publication is 2025. 2025, just write there. Then next one is what? Title. Write the title of the book. Let's say the title of the book is Malaria in Pregnancy. So malaria in pregnancy. So this is the title of the work, title of the book. Then series edition. You look at it, there is no series edition, leave it. Series title, if it doesn't have series title, leave it. Place of publication. Let's say place of publication is what? Is Tambor. I'll write Tambor. Tambor is the place of publication. So publisher, who is the publisher of the book? The publisher of the book, let's say, is Bello Printing Company, Bello Printing Press. So now I've written the publisher, the volume. What is the volume of this book? Let's say it is volume 2. Just write 2. Number of volumes. If it doesn't have number of volumes, leave it. Series volume. If there is no series volume, leave it. Number of pages. So what is the if there is no number of pages, leave it. If there is, put it. Let's say the number of pages for the book is 230. Put it. Then pages. Which page are you referencing now? Let's say you are referencing page 23. Then editor. Who is the editor of the book? If there is editor, put the name. If there is no, leave it. Edition. Which edition is the book? Let's say it's the second edition. Second edition, I've written 2 as a second edition. So just go through the spaces. If you don't have if you have any space that you have information for, put it. If you don't have the information, leave it. That's all. When you finish, just now go through. When you finish, you see ISBN. If you have ISBN, put it. DOI. If you have it, put it. Anything that you have for the book, write it. Put it here. And if you don't have, don't put. Once you finish writing, so as far as this book, this is the only information I have for this book. So you now click on this X to close, this small X to close. So I'll now click on it. I click on it. It will show you a pop-up box here. Do you want to this one say, do you want to save the changes? You say yes, I want to save. So once you save, your article will appear now in your this is my library. So you see my first reference is in the library now. You see it here in this box. This is the preview. Let me see. This is the preview of the book here. This is how it will appear in the reference list. So it is giving you the preview of how it will appear in your in your reference list, and this is where you will cite it. So I hope this is understood before we continue.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is how you insert the references manually into the EndNote. So when you finish, maybe now you want to insert the journal article. You have a manual or you have a hard copy journal article, hard copy that you want to insert. Maybe you don't have it online. You want to insert it manually. You follow the same steps. You go to references, then new reference. Once you click on new reference, you see this field will come up. When it comes, you now go and you see reference type. That is type of reference is already on journal article. So if it is journal article that you want to insert, just write all the fields, fill all the fields there, and then go out of it and save. That's all. That is how you insert your references manually. So let's now go to how to insert them, or not insert here, how to put them in the library first, because you have to put all your references in the library before you start inserting now in your document. So now let me now show you how to bring the online references into your own library and not library. So go to your browser, go to your browser, so now, so this is my browser. I want to now search on the articles that I want, maybe the articles that I want to use in my work. So you now search. How to search? Let me search on, because my work is malaria in pregnancy, among pregnant women. So let's say that is my work. So I want to search on this topic, malaria in pregnancy, malaria in, or prevalence of malaria in pregnancy. Let me say prevalence of malaria in pregnancy. So this is the articles. These are this is the topic I want to search on. Prevalence of malaria in pregnancy. So let me see the different articles it will bring, and which one are we going to take to the EndNote. So you see, this one is current update on malaria in pregnancy, a systemic review. This is a systemic review on current update of malaria in pregnancy. Another one is the same topic. Another one is malaria in pregnancy, meta-analysis of prevalence. So meta-analysis of prevalence of malaria in pregnancy. Let me look at it. So You see it now? You see it? This is malaria and pregnancy meta-analysis of prevalence and associated complications. So now I need this work. How do I take it to my EndNote? Yes. So if you want to take it to your EndNote, what will you be looking for? Just be looking for cite. You see here down, save PDF, share, cite. So you need this PDF and you need cite. Cite, you just go, you just take it to EndNote. Save, you save it for your reading. So you need the two. You need the PDF and you need the cite. So just for this one, for the purpose of this lecture, we are using cite. So click on cite. When you click on cite, you see this is the reference. This is the reference for the work. The reference for the work. So you will not copy it. Just go down. Yeah, just go down and download the citation. So you see cite, you see download, um, you see different places for downloading, different options for downloading. Number one is BIP text, number two RIS, number three Word, number four text. So download the RIS form. RIS form. This is the form that you want, that will take you to EndNote. If you see EndNote direct, sometimes you can see EndNote direct, sometimes you see RIS. So you can download EndNote or RIS, any option, any of these two options. It can some websites can give you option for EndNote, while some will only give you RIS and other options. So if there is EndNote among the options, click on EndNote. If there is no EndNote, click on RIS. So here there is no EndNote option. So therefore we are clicking on what? RIS. So click RIS. I will click RIS. So when you click on it, you see it has downloaded. When you see, you go up, see here. When you go up here, you see our download is okay. So just open the downloaded document or the downloaded part of it. Just open it. As you open, it will take you to EndNote automatically. So as we click open, you see here, I will click open. So I click open and I'm waiting for it to take me to EndNote. So you see it is now in the EndNote. You see the article here now in my list. So now I have, if you go all reference, I have two references now in my library. The one that I inserted manually, which is malaria and pregnancy by Bello MM, and the next to the one that I have just downloaded from where? From the internet, which is meta-analysis, malaria and pregnancy meta-analysis of this. So this is how you now bring your article from online into your EndNote library. So let's bring another one. Let's bring another reference from the internet again. So I'll go back to my search. So I see there is another one here. Malaria in pregnancy, epidemiology, clinical manifestations, and this. I will click on it. I click on it. I'm waiting for it to open. So it is opening. Yes. So you see, this one, I want to look for where to cite to download the citation. Where to download the citation. So you see, this one is not an article. It doesn't have that option, that citation option. Let me go back and select another one. This one is just it's not an article. So there is another article here, a review of global prevalence of malaria in pregnancy. Let me click on it. So this is it. Okay. So let's check on the site, where to cite it. Full PDF, full text. This one also, I think I didn't see anywhere to cite. So if you didn't see that site, where to cite, just and you need the article, just insert it manually using the first method that we have shown earlier. This one also, I didn't see where to cite it. So if you didn't see the site, you just use manual application in order to put it in your library. So I
Yes, sir.
didn't see it. Let me go to find another one. This one. Are you a robot? And there is no any option where someone will respond.
Probably it's still downloading. Most times it will display this and then show you a box where you click no.
Okay.
Yes. Maybe if you can still update it again, sir, to see if
Okay, let me see.
yes.
It's like it is hooked. It is hooked.
Okay. Sir, can you close it? The toolbar up there. Maybe you close the page and probably it's going to take you back to the initial page.
Let me see if I can close. It's hooked. So
Okay.
anything, it cannot take me anywhere.
Okay, so how about the option at the top left hand corner where you're supposed to go to back? There is also where you can close the page there.
Okay, I
Yes.
can, yeah. So let me open another study here.
Okay, sir. Hello, am I the only one not seeing the presenter screen? Dr. Katagum.
We are not
Hello.
seeing the screen.
Okay. Okay. This is having network challenge. So let's just exercise some patience while he finds his way back. Thank you.
Okay, so he's back now.
He's back. I can't seem to find him on the list. Can you make him the co-host, sir? Chief Abdulkadir. Okay, okay. Thank you. You are welcome back, sir. Hello, sir. You are welcome back, sir. Maybe he's still having some network challenges. Let's give him some time. Yes, let's hold on.
can you see my screen now?
Your name is on the display, but we are yet to see your screen, sir.
Okay.
You are welcome back, sir.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, we can now see your screen. We can see your screen now, sir.
Okay. So I have downloaded that one. So you see, I have it is now in the library, in my list, in my library. So when you finish bringing all your articles that you want to cite in your library, you now start citing them from your work, in your work now. You now start to cite them. So how do you cite them? So let's say these are the articles I want to start citing from from these 4 articles that I have. So just go to your Word document, your work. Let me say maybe this is my work. So let me open a new work so that we'll start inserting and see.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Not audible, sir. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not
Oh,
seeing
okay,
it.
okay.
I'm waiting for
Okay,
it
sir.
to.
Okay, all right, sir.
I don't want to work on this document. That's why I'm waiting for it to go off, but it's not. It's not responding.
Okay, sir.
It is still not responding. So let's see.
Okay, so are you trying to open a new folder?
Yes, this one is not. It's not going off. I want to remove it from here, but it's not responding. It's not. It's not responding at all.
Okay.
You see, even if I click on the new one, on
Yes.
another one, it will still come back. I don't know the problem.
Okay. Chief Doctor Abdulkadir, can we get your help here, sir?
Okay, so you can close all. You can right click at the bottom and then close all on the Microsoft Word.
Let me close it first. Let me close it.
Or you press Control Alt Delete.
I'm closing. I want to close it and see. Yeah.
You working now?
Yes. Let me. Okay, let me say I want to work. This is my document. So let me have just some write up here in it. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
So maybe this is my write up that I have written. I want to insert the document, I want to insert my reference here. So just bring your cursor to where you want to insert the citation, the reference. So let's say I want to insert my reference here. Let me remove this one. So I want to insert my reference here after the full stop at the end of the paragraph here. So just bring your cursor there where you want to insert it. Then once your cursor is there, go to your Endnote direct because my Endnote is already open. So I'll just come and click on it here. Once you click on it, already you see the available articles that are in your library. So which one do you want to insert now from here? Let me say I want to insert this number 1, malaria and pregnancy. So anyone that you want to insert, just click on it. I'll just bring my cursor to it and click on it. Once you click on it, it will highlight. So once it highlights, it means you can insert it. So I will now go up now. When you go up, you see this one, this arrow here. That is down. arrow. You see, once you place your cursor there, you will see the name insert citation. You see insert citation. Are you seeing it?
Yes,
Are
sir.
you
We
seeing
can
the
see
arrow
it.
that I want? Okay. So this is the arrow
Yes, sir.
that you will now click. Just click on it. Once you highlight the article that you want to insert, click on this arrow. So once you click on it, it will insert the article automatically.
Okay.
So I'm waiting for it. I don't know what happened to it. It's not going. So maybe something happened to this my Endnote. It's not inserting at all. I don't know what happened. Maybe it's, there is a problem in it. But this is how you do it. Once you click on it, it will insert your article, your reference direct automatically. So even if it didn't insert now, I think if you have your EndNotes available, you can just click on it. It will insert it automatically. I don't know
Okay,
what
sir.
happened to my.
Oh, sir, can we pick another reference? Probably the one below. Yes, sir.
Yeah, even the one I have
Yes.
seen the problem because from this one is not highlighting. The arrow is not even highlighting at all.
Sure.
Okay,
Yes.
sir, do you
Yes.
want to try closing it, the EndNote
So I don't know
completely, and
what
come back?
happens. Let's see. Maybe if we close it. Still, it is not highlighted. The arrow is still not highlighted. So it will not insert. I know. I don't know the problem here. maybe we need to repair the Endnote. I think something happened to it. I need to repair it. So I don't know whether we can. Let me just quickly repair and see.
Okay, sir.
Yes. I'll go to control panel. Maybe something happened to it. It can be virus or any other things. So we can repair. If we repair, it may bring it. So this is the Endnote I want to repair now. Let me see. You see on install change repair. I'll click on repair. Okay. They say the installation source for the document is not available. So I think I have the installation source here. I don't know the issue. I'm sorry, please let's check. Let me check this one.
Yes, sir.
So for my own Endnote, I noticed that it's telling me to buy or do a trial version. Is this something that one has to subscribe, or is just a free open app?
I have not used it for a long time. That is maybe that something happened. I don't know along the line. So So just this is the important thing is that this is the final aspect of the lecture, and it will not take long once we are able to insert the article. That's all. I think that's the final aspect, the last aspect of the lecture, and it wants to. I think the system don't want to allow us to continue. So maybe because this is the final aspect of this lecture, I think we can stop here.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, this is just to insert it, this is how you insert it. Once you place your cursor on where to cite it, just go to the Endnote. Once you go to the Endnote, highlight the article that you want to insert, and then click that arrow, it will insert it direct automatically. I think that is what we'll do, because now I don't see this system leaving us to do it now.
Sure. Okay, sir.
You can let me also use another part and see from here, from the document that you want to you are working, you can now look at your Word to see. Okay, you see in this my system, Endnote didn't appear. That is the problem. That is where the problem is.
Okay, is it going to be under references, or you have to install
No,
the plugin?
it has to appear. Endnote must appear here above your Word document.
Okay.
What if you try installing? You have to see Endnote here. Plugin. Yes, so that you can log in direct from your Word to the Endnote, and you see my own didn't appear.
Yes.
It means the system didn't recognize it at all.
Yes.
That is where the problem is. So in
sir,
your own,
click references in case it is under that references bar. Let's see.
You cannot see it even in the reference under
like
reference.
Yes, it usually is on its own. It's on its own.
Yeah,
usually
it's from the system. It's from this system. You cannot see it on the references.
Sure.
It's from the system. Something happened to the system that it didn't recognize Endnote at all.
Okay, so, in my own, there is a place showing insert Endnote just beside the footnote where your arrow is now. Can you see one place that shows insert Endnote? Can you try clicking it in case maybe it's the setting of that system?
No, I see insert Endnote, but even if you click on it, you cannot see it.
Okay.
Because it has to appear here.
I understand, yes.
It has to appear here. Once it didn't appear here, it means your either your window or your Microsoft document has problem. So you have to go and renew. Maybe my Microsoft Office has a problem, or my window. That is why it didn't recognize the Endnote.
Okay.
Yes. So that is where the issue is. So, but in your own, if you see Endnote above, then it is okay. Just click on that, put on your cursor where you want to cite, then go to Endnote. Once you go to Endnote, you just click on the article you want to cite and click cite. That's all. It will cite it automatically, and it will now list it down as in the reference list as a reference list. After inserting it for you, it will insert it in the document in the write-up as in-text citation. It will also provide a reference list down the document, so that after everything, anyone that you insert, it will list it down. Anyone you insert, it will list it down. That is how it will do for you. It will do it automatically, everything. And if you are working on it, maybe you are removing this from this, you want to take it somewhere, it will automatically reshuffle and update it for you of the way you did it. So this is the work of reference manager. Anyone, but here we are using Endnote. So I hope we will go and practice and also work on it, so that we avoid manual referencing. Manual referencing in research is very, very difficult and is not allowed now. Since you have reference managers that can do everything for you, even if someone make corrections for you, you will just go and do all the correction, and the Endnote will automatically organize all your references again. So with this, I'd say let's just entertain some few questions before we call it a day. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you very, very, very much, sir, for this wonderful, self-explanatory and practical-based lectures. We sincerely thank you for your time. So I think from the chat box here, I can't seem to see any question or concern. Anyway, probably that means it's practical based class and it's well understood. Do we have questions from our participants? Maybe you can simply raise up your hand if you have any question or concern. Okay, I guess there's none. So one more. Yes, sir. We want to thank you for. Okay, somebody is just saying thank you very much, sir. God bless. So want to thank you for your invaluable time. The lecture has been sincerely well assimilated and practical based. Thank you very much for your time. We sincerely appreciate. And then on behalf of the Association of Resident Doctor, I can see we have one of our consultants in person of Dr. Abakar Umar Digi. Thank you for your time, sir. Thank you for coming up. He's a consultant general surgeon with the teaching hospital here. Thank you, sir, for your time. And then to the participants, we want to say a big thank you for finding time to join us in this evening class. And we look forward to seeing you in our subsequent class. And it is on this note that I want to say we look forward to seeing you and do have a lovely evening ahead. Thank you all.